All right, y'all. I actually made it here about 5 minutes early. Hello, this is High Priestess Jamila, and we're going to get started on a little bit of Bible study here. And let's play some music real quick. Okay. We got a lot to talk about. It's going to be real interesting. All right, we're going to play some music before we get started, though. Oh, that's not what. Oh, okay, there it is. There we go. Let's get some music pumping up in here real quick. I got a little bit more. I got a little bit more. Make a better come on home, Father God. Hey, go baby. Right. Yes, that is my song. Yes, it is. All right. So let's get started with this discussion today. So I should have had the title that said Black people and not just Black men. But Black men are the ones that are totally confused, still very, very confused about what it is that we're doing here. And it's been all about burn the witch. Burn the witch. We are going to be self-righteous hypocrites while trying to burn the witch in the name of Cain and Abel and jealousy. But as you burn the witch gets stronger. And I'm talking about the authentic witch. Because as a witch, I don't go out and just start attacking people. I don't do that. Okay, I'm one of the most grounded and well-rounded witches that I know, and I only defend myself. And Black men of the cloth have not only been hypocritical, but they have also been advocating the stalking and harassing of a woman by another homosexual woman for years. Let's start off by saying that. Okay. And while, yes, I have had homosexual experiences, I am not a homosexual. Okay. And we got to talk about this because, and you can either listen or don't listen. Eventually, you're going to you're going to come to the realization that you're going to be forced to listen, because I'm going to say this to all of these ignorant Black men on here, that I am never going to bow down and accept your religion ever. So you are barking up the total wrong tree. In fact, I am only coming here strictly as a Luciferian witch to point out the inconsistencies and the curses that are in the Bible. I do not contend with the Bible. I only use it as a reference to prove how harmful it is for most, especially Black people. Okay? You know, we got a lot of confused church members on YouTube. They're very confused. Now, if you're a church member and you are respectful, I have nothing against you. But if you have done anything to me, we have an issue. Okay? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about how most of y'all are under the curse of Cain and Abel, and how the only reason why you attack and lie and do smear campaigns against me is not because of your faith in God, but it is because of your jealousy. And this is the closest story in the Bible that I know of, because I don't know the entire Bible. Okay. I won't even pretend that I do. And it's not anything that I would even be proud of. But I do want to talk about the curse of Cain and Abel in the Bible, and how most of y'all got cursed at Genesis. Okay. Most of y'all absorbed the curse of Cain, which is why you find yourself lost and wandering with no direction, no power, and no hope, because you constantly lie and you bear false witness. You act and act and act, but it's not real. So in retrospect, when you're dealing with a witch, you're still lying to spirit. Which means that just like Cain, you're lying to God. Okay? You're lying to God is what you're doing. So let's talk about let's do some Bible study. Now, before I speak about this, I rebuke every curse of the Bible. I am sovereign. I am free of the Bible and its curses. If you are a person that wants to contend with that, then that is on you. If you have taught yourself to hate yourself, if you have maintained your self-hatred and your hatred for other blacks and your hatred for, for any type of deity that is trying to help you, then this is your ignorance that I don't have to suffer from, because see, I am not your Jesus figure, and I won't die for you. I will only die for my children, but I don't have to. I don't have to die for my children. That's not a requirement. Okay. So in the Bible, Cain and Abel, who were brothers, they were both making offerings to God. And Cain made an offering of fruits and vegetables and nuts. Abel made an offering or a sacrifice to God of one of his flock from his farm, which was probably a chicken or a fowl or something like that. Okay. So Cain made an offering of fruits and vegetables and nuts, and Abel made an offering. He made an animal sacrifice to God. Okay. God did not accept Cain's offering, but he did accept Abel's offering. And the reason why he accepted that offering is because Abel had faith. Cain did not have any faith. Now, to all of you, to all of the ethical vegans out there, this is not. I want you to listen very closely to what I have to say about this, because first of all, it has nothing to do with the fact that Abel made a meat sacrifice to God as to why God accepted his offering and not Cain's. It had everything to do with the heart of Abel, his heart, where his heart was at, his faith in God, his actual belief. Okay. Now, this doesn't mean that I necessarily believe in the God of the Bible. I'm only using it as a reference. Okay. Because I believe that sometimes you can be thinking that you're talking to God. You may even be talking to your own self. You could be talking to a demon. And please understand that I use the term demon very loosely. Okay. Because the demons that we actually think are demons are actually angels. So a lot of the angels have been demonized because of interdimensional demons, entities that came from the void that obviously hate human beings. Okay. That's who originally taught you your self-hatred. You know what Cain did when God didn't accept his offering? He got jealous and killed his brother, Abel. He killed him out of jealousy. Oh God, Cain was disgusting, wasn't he? Oh Lord. Not only did Cain kill his own brother out of jealousy, but he went and lied to God about it, which was ultimately himself, right? Because when you're talking to God, you're talking to yourself. You are God, God is you. Because we all learned that, right? In your Bibles, we learned that God created us in her image, right? You know what God did? God cursed Cain to a life of wandering, and no one loved him. No one helped him. And this is exactly the curse that you accept out of that Bible. And you get mad at High Priestess Jamila because Jamila has wrote her own Bible, which God herself has said was okay. But you judge me every day under false pretenses that I don't have to accept. Well, I mean, Hecate, I mean, we're using this as an example because, see, men of the cloth, this is what they believe in, sweetie. So I'm not saying that I necessarily believe in, we're going off of belief, right? But I'm merely using it as an example and to point out the fact that a lot of you men of the cloth have been duped. You have accepted someone else's craft. I mean, is it not the truth that the Bible is nothing but witchcraft? It's a book of spells. And a lot of these men have read these spells to themselves and their families. And it is an infectious disease and indoctrination that has continued on and on. And hit the thumbs up, guys, so that they can't flag this because we know, see, here's the one thing that I will not accept. I will not accept the will of a confused man. I won't do it. I won't do it. And as you burn me, I get more powerful. I'm here to tell you that I will be more than proud and happy to marry a warlock. Trust me. So I'm not worried about your opinion. Okay. Hold on, y'all. These self-righteous men of the cloth are now using witchcraft. Give me a second. I got to get some stuff popping here. Funny how they judge witches while using witchcraft against the witches. It's so funny. Talk about the most unsexiest, situation in sexy. No, you're creating stuff that doesn't need to be created. Okay. So a lot of them walk around cursed, accepting curses. They refuse to let them set themselves free. And when they see a person like myself, who has freed myself from that mental slavery, they get what? They get jealous. They get jealous of the fact that their wicked spells have not worked on me to try to make me look like an ugly old hag, and which hags are not ugly, actually. Not really. They're just old, which is okay to get old, I guess, right? So what they do is they lie while at the same time using witchcraft. So hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I gotta hurry up and make that all I want to make today. Okay, here we go. Okay, y'all, I'm back. All right, because I noticed that Jacob, they attacked Jacob, and they say, "Oh, we're just concerned members of the church," using to try way, you guys. I have a day in the life video going up that will include some homeschooling information with it. So, you know, okay. Now, jealousy is what destroyed Cain. So, on the flip side, the Bible should have taught them to not move around in jealousy because it's exactly what they do. They're very jealous. They're very, very jealous. This is what's going to ultimately lead to their demise is their jealousy. When somebody tells them they don't want to listen. And see, all of them are under that curse. All of them, all men are. All men on this planet, most of them, a very good percentage. And so that means that all of the men around them are not going to be kind enough to tell them the truth. Because see, when somebody is your enemy, they would rather you stay ignorant than know the truth, wouldn't they? Okay. So your enemy don't like it when they know that you know the truth. Okay, because they are very scared, insecure, inconsolable. Okay, this is how we ended up with a bunch of inconsolable spirits, which is why, as a witch, I try not to do harm. Okay, and there's been a lot that's been going on, especially when it comes to witchcraft, and a lot of people afraid. There's now all of a sudden a satanic panic that will pass, especially since EA Coetting was removed from YouTube. And I can assure you that the reason why EA Coetting is going through what he's going through is because he's under judgment, not just by God. A lot of people say that it's by God, but in my humble opinion, I believe that it's also by a lot of the upper level demons or angels that he was working with, such as Belial. So the mistake that he made was that he told his following that, he suggested that they should kill humans. And he put it on the name of his demons. And this is the truth. He put it on the name of his demons. And they said no. And so, but anyway, two women lost their lives. And now this man is going to be in jail. And so that's why that is happening to him, which is really, really sad. But you got to be careful, not to, because I don't advocate for human sacrifice. I don't. I try to do everything that I can to save the human, but at the end of the day, I have the right, according to nature, to survive. I have the right to defend myself. Okay? If a hyena attacks a lion, the lion is going to eat the hyena. That's the way that it is. And you're not going to make me feel bad for defending myself. Because thank the goddess that I did. Thank the goddess because, God only knows what could have happened. So, a lot of people, I feel that you have every right to your own religious beliefs. The problem is that there's so many curses that these religious people, they chase people down, they hunt people down. They're trying to find somewhere to put all their confusion and chaos and demons. So you don't have the right, okay, to put your belief system on other people. All of us are protected, constitutionally protected from that, including witches. Instead of them allowing us to practice our constitutionally protected right, what they do is they try to demonize us. What they do is they lie on us. They spread smear campaigns out of their jealousy, constantly harass us. And I'm going to say this to whatever that church is or whoever it is. You're not going to be able to use anybody against me to change, because I know that what I am doing is correct. And you may feel and know that what you're doing is correct, but you don't have the right to project that onto me. And so whenever you wake up in the morning and you're so confused to where you're consistently doing that to people, you need to take a look at what you're doing. A lot of these Black men, they are ignorant. We know that they are ignorant. And you know what? It's okay for them to be ignorant. It's sad. Nobody wants to see them like that. And then also, especially if you care about them, it's really, really sad to see that. But at the end of the day, self is going to be the priority. I'm not Jesus. I'm not going to die for somebody else. For what? Okay. And just because I'm a Black person doesn't mean that I have to do that. Really, to be honest with you, a lot of people that are going around with that black and white stuff, it's still prolonged ignorance, because I'm going to keep it real with you. Black or white really has nothing to do with it. Okay, racism was a system of mind enslavement to distract you. That's all that it was. So this is why I don't pay any attention to it at all. Has no bearing on me, has no power over me. Okay? If you are a cursed individual that fills yourself up every day with that Bible, you only have yourself to blame. Okay? You fill yourself up with that Bible every single day, you become more cursed. And then you go and you blame witches. This has consistently been what these people have done throughout history. Consistently. And only the real understand what I'm saying, and only the strong is going to survive. So I don't care if you're a man with a hot stick, make me calm about 2,000 times. You're not going to get me to give up my power to nobody. For what? To you? What sense would that make? You have your own power. Oops, maybe you don't. And how these religious people came over to my channel, they basically did like a takeover of the channel. And no matter how many psychic attacks you do, no matter how many smear campaigns that you do, you're never going to accomplish anything. Okay. So, and this has been consistently done only to me. I guess I'm special. You know what I'm saying? But, it just ain't going to fly in the grand scheme of things. And y'all know what these people have done. These people have done awful things. They have committed awful atrocities to the point where they tried to convince someone that murdering children, trying to murder children, trying to destroy children, you were doing that in the name of God? Really? Okay. I can assure you that I can protect my children through and through. And that's what will continue to happen. Okay, because we don't want to call them fairy tales, we'll call them tall tales, is what we'll call them. So I was speaking about earlier how Black men that have accepted that they specifically target witches, specifically because they like to believe in a pretty lie. They like to believe in a pretty lie, don't they? Because if I were to come on here and say, I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior, then they would look at me through rose-colored glasses. But because I don't do that, they have a problem. And they can move on if they want, because Jesus has left the building. He ain't coming back. And if he does come back, I'll put out a plate of pumpernickel bread and build it for him. And Jesus will because I have no problem with Jesus. Now Jehovah, all of the witches are at war with Jehovah. And you know what? If you are a witch by blood, you are only killing yourself and doing yourself a disservice. And that deity just, that's why I always call on Belial, because that deity hates human beings. I don't see how y'all did it. And after all, witches are supernatural human beings, is what we are. So your choices are your choices. Go ahead and continue the smear campaigns and the guilt trips. You'll look up in another decade and you'll find that you've wasted your time. I hate to see so many people waste their life, especially when I care about you. I care about you more than you care about yourself. Okay? And I'm not saying that you can't believe in the Holy Trinity. I'm not saying that. I watch witches that are Christian witches. I have no issue with them. But anytime you decide I'm obsessed with someone and I want to control this person, because it just looks fun. It would look fun to have High Priestess Jamila tied up with a ball gag while I try to force her. Well, then it's not going to ever happen. Because trust me, I've already lived through a lifetime where the man that I totally betrayed me. So, not only does it resonate with my soul, but it also does not bother me. So using that won't help either. I am very confident in protecting my children because I protected them while they were in the womb, and I will protect them while they're out of the womb. So attacking my children doesn't make me feel some type of way. They know if they ever have any problem, they can call their mama. In fact, my will is so powerful as a mother that my love as a mother was so powerful that it stopped a speeding vehicle from murdering my child at the age of 5 years old. For you to think that in the name of God, it is okay for you to continue to do this. I don't care who told you to do it, because whoever told you to do it is still bearing false witness. Okay? And I love you. I love this whole world. I don't have hatred for anybody. What I do have hatred for is ignorance, self-righteousness, and hypocrisy. Okay? I don't like that. And I refuse to allow it to affect me. Oh, by the way, I also have hatred for jealousy. Okay? I have hatred for that emotion. And we deal with that a lot out here. In fact, A lot of my witches that I speak to every single day, they feel afraid to even come out and be on YouTube because of the type of false fear that is created, trying to use me as an example. And the only thing that I can say to encourage those witches, who, by the way, are very, very good at what they do, is to let you know, well, those people are just bearing false witness. That's all that they've done. Okay. They've done nothing but bear false witness. They have lied to you using me as an example. And whenever I upload proof, they say that it's a lie. So I just don't do that anymore, because either you're gonna believe in their ugly lies, or you're gonna have faith, one or the other. Okay. So, that's why I don't worry about shit. I told y'all I don't worry about anything. You know, um, they lie about people's power, and they're lying about hierarchy, because hierarchy does have a lot to do with witchcraft, especially amongst women when it comes to that. And, they lie about this a lot, a lot. Okay. So just be careful with what you believe, because a lot of people, when somebody tell them something, they'll say, oh, I believe you. And I'll sit there and look at them and I'm like, wow, this person believes in a lie. So that means that not only do you not have discernment, but you're also going to be a victim. And I want to give out a really, really specific warning to witches out here. And I've actually given this warning before, that do not start chasing people around trying to hurl curses at people because of the lies of your clients. Trust me, I've been through that before. Okay, either the lies, maybe they weren't lying on purpose, but maybe the false beliefs of your clients. So this is the reason why, if I'm gonna hurl a curse at somebody, I'm gonna have a purpose for doing it. Because I don't mind cursing somebody if I have to, especially depending on the situation. But if somebody is obviously in the wrong, and they're in the wrong, you don't take the money from them for doing wrong. Okay, I'd rather take your money for helping you out. Nobody can come up to me and say, oh, I don't like so and so, I want you to do work on them because they molested me or they stole from me. I'm going to check in my cards, and if your spirit's aligned to you, then ooh, that's going to mess you up. Okay, so I've seen people who have tried to sacrifice pigs that didn't do anything. They have tried to go to other witches and lie to them, and then they'll get you involved with stuff like that, and then it'll mess you up. You have nobody to blame but yourself for whatever it is that you go through. That's why you have to have the power of divination. You can't just go out here lying on people. And you can't think, oh, well, since you're a witch, I have every right to lie on you. And then what they'll do is they'll do witches wrong, and then they'll run to the church. But that's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. Because in reality, you still have to look at yourself. Okay, especially if you go into the church, you cannot lie to God. And I've seen them do it. I have seen people go to church and lie to God. You have the curse of Cain on you. You walk in that church and you lie to God of that Bible, and he'll curse you. Okay? He'll curse you. He'll say, you'll go in there and you'll say, Jamila, lie, 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 and God will still punish you because you lied And you'll say, well, what difference does it make? She's a witch. And God will say, can't touch that. That's what God will say. That's what that God will say. Okay. So, but you take a lot of these people that call themselves my enemies, they take my advice all the time. They'll say, because I've told y'all, don't listen to your enemies, don't listen to their lies, but I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying to you at all. I'm telling you the truth because I personally don't like this war. I don't like it. I think it's stupid. I think we should be, the people that love me, I think that they should be allowed to sip wine with me and make our candles and make our soaps and, educate ourselves and be inspired and be healed. And that will always happen. And there's nothing that they can do to change it. Okay? You won't be able to change this. Okay? Unless you have the actual power to change the entire universe, but the universe ain't budging. And some of them would like to. As a witch, I'm not on a power trip. I only have the power to do things within myself and to do things for my client that they ask of me, for my clients. But I do have the power to destroy your intent and maybe even to destroy you as you go on a wrong path towards me. Because you're coming at me full speed like a bull, and I got the right to pull out either a tranquilizer gun or either another gun and shoot you down. And do not be convinced by other people that it is okay for you to trespass for any reason, because it's not. In the words of that little boy, y'all ever see that movie? I was watching that movie with Jacob the other night. It's called People Under the Stairs. And that little boy, he's so cute. He said, what did he say? I think he said something similar to what Tupac said, but he said something about, I don't want to have to kill you, man. I don't want to have to kill you. He was like, I don't really like you much anyway. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny how in that movie his name was the Fool. His name was Fool in the movie. And being the fool is not always bad. Unless you upside down, then that's bad, because the fool walks in faith. Many of these men and women roaming, they are factually under the curse of Cain. Now, coincidentally, that's one of the curses that I removed from you. Most of you are under the curse of Cain. Either you are cursed and you are Cain, or you are Abel. You're either Cain or Abel. You're either the privy of the curse, okay, or either you're Cain. I'd rather be Abel, personally, even though Abel was stabbed to death by his brother. I think he stabbed him to death. Okay. So that's where in the Bible they talked about the evil eye, which has roots in jealousy. You don't never move around in jealousy, you move around in faith. And you never have faith that you can hurt or harm someone simply because you're jealous of them. So you gotta peel the onion back, don't you? See, my faith comes from knowing. That's it. A lot of these men's faith comes from jealousy because men can be jealous of women. I'm jealous of you that you started a business that was successful, that is still successful. I'm jealous of you because of whatever reason. I'm jealous of you. And this is what's going to keep you. This is a stronghold. And you've got to let it go because I care about you. I don't want to see anything happen to you. And I've tried to help. So my heart is not cold or black, but I will protect myself. Okay. Right. Right. Well, and see another thing, they stalk and harass you, and but you can tell that obviously there is a break in the mind because whenever spirit does it back to them, they can't understand why, and they can't take responsibility. So it is something that they have to look at within themselves, and they're going to have to heal themselves. And I'm going to tell you straight up and down, they're going to have to take those Bible curses off of them because those are curses. And it's okay for you to do that. Not removing the curse is what's going to kill you. Many people can read the Bible, but they can discern. We got too many people reading the Bible that can't discern. That's the problem. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not sitting up here trying to pretend that I want to know everything, or but what I am doing is I am creating a better life for not only myself, for my children, but for my clients. That is my mission statement. And somebody suggested that I do a mission statement for my website, and I probably need to do that. But that is my mission statement because I don't want to see people in misery because I am an empath and I feel for people. I don't like that. And you just lie to yourself every single day. And a lot of them that you see out here hating on one another, oh, that curse of Cain is badass. One of by ways that you guys can educate yourselves on that is going and looking at the show Supernatural. The brothers Dean and Sam, they actually Dean ended up with the curse of Cain on him. And it was pretty bad. And y'all have been under that curse for years. And I've kept trying to tell you, well, you have a curse on you. You keep coming at me. Every time you see me do a beautiful ritual, or when you see me do whatever, you keep coming at me with this jealousy. And I keep telling you, I can help you. I can help you with that. And I want to live in peace with you. I don't want to live in this war with you. Yeah. It should be in the video description box. It's www.divineservicesapothecary.com. They're very hateful and they are miserable. But you know what? I will tell you that some of the wisdom from the Bible is actually very helpful because it does say judge not, because the moment that you start to judge and you have that judgment in your heart, that is when you could be doing harm to self. They know not what they do. They know not what they do, a lot of them. And you know what, it's a learning process. It is. And this is the reason why even with my teachings, they will go and they will say, you bitch, and I just want to burn you at the stake, and I just want to do harm to you. I hate you and I hate your kids and I hate everything. But see, that's that self-hatred that they feel. So as a witch and a healer and an empath, I can't help to look at them and say, well, I feel that that's the hate that you have for yourself and you need to release it and let it go. And yeah, it is going to feel like death. It's going to hurt like hell when you release that. But guess what? You're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to feel better. It's going to get worse on him, isn't it? It's going to get worse. And at the end of the day, when it comes to my clients, they come to me because they make that choice, or either their ancestors or their spirit guides made that choice. I can't force you. I've tried. I can maybe force you 80% of the way. The rest of that 20%, and that 20% is huge. That 20% is going to make or break you. I can't necessarily force you. I can only lead the horse to the water, but I can't make him drink. Okay. And the constant harassment, that only proves that that Bible is harmful if you don't have the correct discernment. Because when you're using that Bible to judge that way, in a vicious way, and you're judging wrong, because I had somebody that said, oh, you got all that evil stuff over there. Well, what's evil about it? I will admit that I do practice some black magic, because, black magic, or what you call baneful magic, is sometimes necessary. But at the end of the day, those, and I definitely do not, you wouldn't catch me ever, ever pursuing a case for a client like some of these other people. And I'm not trying to step on their toes, but their toes need to be stepped on, because you're lying to all of these people. You're making it look like you got a pass from God, but you didn't. So again, you've got that curse on you. And what am I supposed to do? Remove it from you for free? I want all of y'all in the chat room, while I go to a quick music break, while I take a breather, I want all of y'all in the chat room to tell me is if it would be the right thing for me to do to remove curses from my enemies without their permission, just so that I can get them off of me. Now, of course, if I do work on you, I am banishing probably about 20% that's on you. 5% of it will reach me. Only 5%. But as far as turning your curse around and just saying, I'm going to perform a miracle and do it for you. Mm-mm. How many of y'all think that I should do that? How many of y'all, I'm going to give y'all a little quiz. How many of y'all think that it would be advisable for any witch to do that? Okay, and tell me why you shouldn't do that. Okay, tell me why. Because the only thing I can say as a witch that grew up in the Baptist church was, you need Jesus. And I can invoke Jesus, and that's as far as I can go with it. Okay, but other than that, am I supposed to just sit here and do concentrated work on you with you spitting in my face and disrespecting me? Of course I can make your life better. Of course, I can heal you of your afflictions, of course. But should I just do that for, I'm just supposed to do that, even though more than likely it won't even work because you probably, I mean, like I said, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So I'm going to go to a quick break and I'll be right back, okay? Your heart, tell me what is but I believe that you know it does the dawn. This is good. So ready to go. You're afraid still time to heal, and I will only let you try. You touch me and something in you. I'm not ready to kiss that goodbye. This is sweet and all I need you so ready to go. All right, y'all. I'm back. Love my girl Shaka Khan. That's your girl Shaka. Okay. So in closing, what I want to say to black males on YouTube, for some reason, they feel as though it empowers them to disrespect black women, especially as witches. And we all know that the reason why is because of the nightmare of their upbringing. No other child has to necessarily go through what you went through. I've only told my followings, don't beat the crap out of your kid. Don't lose your temper just because they may be under possession. I've only tried to create a better world, especially for the witchy kids, because they're out there. Um, just a few minutes ago, I had to light my children's protection jar because, probably about 30 minutes into starting to talk, a hypocritical person began to try to attack my son. And it literally took 2 minutes for me to get rid of that energy. So, I will never be discouraged from making this world a better one, making people's lives better. Okay. And I want to give a special thanks to all of my clients that love me and that believe in me, and all of my viewers and stuff. Means a lot to me when you guys come over here and commune with me and understand where I'm coming from. So all of y'all that were brave enough to come into the chat today, which be careful who you're thinking has anything to do with this, because what this is about is man and his power to kill himself, and to he doesn't want to accept what women are telling him or what witches are telling him. And so you make your choice as far as to what path that you want to go towards. If you feel okay and safe and comfortable with liars invoking implayful spirits on you and doing all sorts of things to you, and you want to remain ignorant, then these are your choices. You know what I'm saying? Um, but belief is everything, faith is everything. But I truly believe that if you are going around and you are just blindly attacking witches, then you're going to have some problems. Okay. Hey, 1EQL. I ain't seen you in here in a while. Hello. So, if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to go because I'm ready to get some lunch. I'm hungry. And so I've got to go. I hope y'all have a happy Thursday. And I will be seeing you guys. Okay. I do have a day in the life video going up. So I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to do some more recordings because I'm getting ready to record myself making some camphor oil. And I'm just going to sit here and kind of relax and, uh, eat something and record footage for you guys, record videos that you guys can enjoy. You're right, elder mother, they do. I'm not sure what I want to eat. I don't, because I got some leftover taco stuff in there, some leftover taco salad. Either that or I've got some leftover Philly cheesesteak stuff. So I haven't decided. I'm thinking that the tacos are going to be the easiest to heat up, and I got to feed my son too. So I'm gonna get off of here so that we can get something to eat. So yeah. Anyway, other than that, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Um, and I'm always here for you. I feel bad when I see people that are cursed and don't even know it. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you're going to be reading that Bible and reciting it, you better take it seriously, because a lot of them don't even believe in that Bible. But see, when you indoctrinate yourself in those beliefs, and then especially those of you that are going around talking about, I'm Christian, I am a Christian man, while you're eating shrimp and lobster every other day. You know that in the Bible it says that you're not supposed to do that. See, I barely, on Mondays when I invoke Shiva, I try not to eat much meat on that day, or else I apologize to Shiva. Because supposedly Shiva doesn't believe in eating meat. And so I always apologize to Shiva for that. So you have to respect these deities, and you cannot just be a part of these religions, and that'll curse you even more. And then you come back to Jamila trying to make it seem like I cursed you. And no, I didn't curse you. I just sent your bad energy back to you, that of which I have every right, don't I? And trust me, I was born cursed. I was born that way. Yes. What is it to you? But guess what? I went and I created my own way of removing those curses from me. Because I was born with some curses on me, stuff from my past life, stuff from my family. And then, as I lived more, things got compounded, curses that were put on me and in me from, lovers that I had. But did I come to you and blame those things on you? Not ever did I do that. I dealt with it, and I used my discernment, because even witches have discernment. But never did I blame you. Now, I will tell you that I do blame you for lying to all these people. I do blame you for that, for being a liar and lying in the name of God. And that's bad. So, do research on it. You need to consider, like a lot of people, they'll just want to belong to something. And they'll say, oh, I'm Christian. But do you really know what it means to be Christian? Take it seriously. Okay? Because I'm not Christian, I'm pagan. And it'll never change. And if you don't like me, or you don't want to be my friend because of that, that's a shame. That's a shame that you dislike me because of that, even though you live in the shadows of paganism, so whatever. Okay. Excuse me for not playing dumb. I refuse to do that. I don't feel that I have to do that just to make any man feel better about himself as a man. Okay. Anyway, shout out to the goddess. Shout out to the Hecate. Shout out to Isis, Diana. Shout out to, the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Okay. And I will catch y'all later. I hope y'all have a wonderful and prosperous Thursday. I got to go because I'm pretty sure that I got messages that I need to check. Okay. All right, guys. Blessed be.